the people of Ghana rejected the current flag bearer of the ND based on his performance.
I'm not talking about rejection. I'm talking about the economy.
I'm telling you. And if with all these things that Dr. Grace is saying about education not doing well, agri not doing well, and all that, until we got hit by COVID, which they refused to accept locally, but would go on international platforms and agree. The economy was growing. Even agric grew marginally. When other economies were shrinking, even developed economies were shrinking, we grew marginally due to agric because of the interventions we grew. Those are facts you can refer to, Annie. Don't look at me as if I'm saying things that those are facts that you can relate to, right? The fact that Dr. Grace has decided that she will not see what is happening because all they are interested in is the election and not the growth of this country. We are interested in the growth of this country. That's why you take decisions and points in the interest of the country, not in the interest of an election. Get it? At least, in all humility. Nana Danko Akufo-Addo hasn't stood anywhere and said, refuse the bone, the meat and is left with the bones. I've become a dead goat. I'm not bothered. In the heat of everything, he called stakeholders to the presidency to engage them. AGI, all those associations, just to get ahead to this. That is what a leader does. Not to come and stand on a platform and throw his hands in the air and say, I've become a dead goat. Whatever you say, I can't hear. I've seen enough of this. That is what a leader does. You get it? So, in all this, nobody in government has run away from the fact that we have challenges that we need to deal with. Fuel went as high as 23 cedis at a point. Now it's other. I mean, it can come further down, but that is when again now it's 12 point something.
What is 12 point what?
The fuel.
A gallon.
Yes, it's 12 point a liter.
And liter.
Yes, it's a little over 12.
And it went to 23
it went at a point fuel went as high as 23 cedis.
Point?
At a point our exchange rate, please.
So
at a point you've obviously shown to us that you are not
point? You are not
in touch with what is happening in this country. You've obviously shown that with all that you said. You shown that you are not in touch with this what it went as high as 23 cedis per liter. You check. Our cedi to dollar went as high as 17. Our inflation rate went as high as 50 something. Now all those indices that are used to measure an economy are actually coming down. Our exchange rate is stabilized to an extent now, and that is what you talk about. The whole world is in crisis. Look at what is happening with our neighbors in Nigeria, with their thing. Look at what is happening in the United Kingdom. There were some places that even when you went into shops, things were being rationed. Oil was being rationed and all that. In all that, we got electricity, we got water, Lifeline customers got it for
fuel prices cross 23 at all times high.
Exactly. That's a fact. But you've shown that you are not in tune with what is happening in this country.
Let her finish what she's reading.
No.
So fuel price has hit an all-time high at the pump, with petroleum selling at 17.99 Ghana cedis per litre, and diesel retaining at 23.49.
Okay,
so this regards diesel actually, not normal.
So did she say 12?
No.
Yeah.
What is
she
it
said
now?
12.
No. I said it went as high as 23.
As high as
but when did it go as high as 23?
2022.
Dog is refusing to
2022.
relate to the reality.
Who was the president in 2022?
Oh, come on.
Yeah, she's talking about.
So that's what I'm telling you, that when we are in crisis,
the way it rose,
a leader
and
takes
then
charge. Doesn't come and throw their hands in the air and say they become a dead goat. They don't get. That's the flag bearer you are trying to resell to us. Can I continue?
Yes, continue.
So all these things. This external issues that we had, 2012 to 2016, nothing like that. If we're even going to go back, 2008, there was a recession. President Kufuor still kept the economy afloat and handed it over to them. Nothing. Women were dying on hospital beds through labor. Today, we are talking about maternal mortality. If we really go into the figures, children, because of lack of power, were dying in incubators. But let us revisit all that dark past that we had because of what you could have. But then you had a leader then who said, I can't be bothered. I'm a dead goat. Whatever you say, I don't care. Let's face it. And Ghanaians also went to the poll. Didn't he say he's a dead goat? Didn't he say he was a dead goat?
In what context did he say that?
In what context? Labor unions were agitating based on the hardships in this country.
And he said he's a dead goat.
Yes, he said he's seen more of it and all that. He's become a dead goat, all those things. Are the labor unions, are they from Afghanistan or Cuba? They are Ghanaians. So if you're a dead goat to Ghanaians, and we went to the polls and it showed.
The Punch TV.
But a leader who you sit down and try to denigrate called these stakeholders. That doesn't mean the challenges we are going in are over. But we need to come together as a collective and not go on the tangent of the propaganda of our competitors who think this country is all about winning elections. It's about continuous development. We all live in this country. Whether it's good, it's bad, it's up to us. If there's power, it affects us. If there's no water, it affects all of us. But just to sit down, just because you don't like this person, you refuse to see what they've done, that one, I can't begrudge you for that. But facts are facts. We are going through challenges. Things are difficult. We've been through some of the worst times of our life, but all those indices, you can't just sit down and say just because Dr. Grace said something, that is what all these rating agencies are going to use. It's been difficult for inflation to go as high as 50-something% in a space of how many months? I mean, that was hard for everyone. But gradually, all those things are coming down. And for me, with the president coming to give the state of the nation tomorrow, I will be expecting issues on especially social protection because of the challenges we go in. In the budget, LEAP and the school feeding were high on the agenda, increment of 50% on that, something that our competitors cannot relate to because the social interventions are not something they really bother about. But for the vulnerable, for the disabled, for orphaned and vulnerable children, these things are key to their development and their upbringing. I also want to hear about infrastructure and all those things. So we just have to wait. Like you said, it's based on an article in the Constitution. It's a mandatory thing that they can. That is the right thing to do. You know, to let the people of Ghana, who he went and sought their mandate to lead, to know what the state of our nation is. It may be difficult. We may be in challenges, but we are up to the task compared to the alternative that wants to come in. We've seen them before. We've seen what we've done. We see what the whole world is going through. The ordinary Ghanaian knows in our state of hardship, in our state of despair, in all these challenges that we are facing. Let's also know that, and in all humility, I want to appeal that when problems are created, in knowledge is not in ignorance, that is solved. It may be difficult. People may be angry because of high cost living and all that, but there's hope from what we've seen, and we've seen all these indices gradually coming down.
Yama owi akwa baba Mansa Media College. Mansa Media College a school power ya TV so any radio so dwumadie ya so ye e Kumase atonsu babia uwo bia o pese ba Mansa Media College na be hu dwumadie ye di ne hono a yentie dwumadia edino amansan media college
se usua bribi wo media mu ana opese ohunu bribi biara efa media ho ensu eche kra
amansan media college e ho mam
ye wa achechefo a wa kwadiri yie wa de twemu na in studio ni ye newsroom de edi twam wonsam twemu no ye twe bribi ti se kasebo akenkan ni sinicha ni bebura ekeka ho wa multimedia mu nso ye twe bribi ti se sini mfoni asiesie mfoni twa ni bebura ekeka ho ye betumi nso aboa ama wo de na otwepe asunya bribi wo nkitahodie adwuma ahodo nyinaa mu esan se ye wo yankasa foni nti abwe biara ye ma ya adesuafo kwan ma okọ yode ya twerɛ won adesua dan mu no
ahwefo ehu ekame ese obi biara a wole bosomtwe ase enim abakosema efa nsuo ihu menya abofra kitua bi wa ha ono so se onim abakosema efa le bosomtwe ho
abusuafo ye mama kwaba eba Ghana Pages TV so emra so se the trending issues near koso ewo abe for time fidie ni so ebe somo midin na eje wa akode
amansan media college e ma o de o we hia bia wo nkotahudie mu